Last night's semi-finalist Tom Cousin in the last 32. Myself, David Hine, and the basher Tony Holgate, talking your way through the next 50 minutes. It's about time we've done one together, isn't it, Tone?
It is indeed. You looking bright and breezy this morning, David? Not?
Absolutely. Somebody decided it was a good idea to finish at 8 PM last night. What a final we had though yesterday. I did see David McNamara a little bit later on. What a run he had. I know he was upset at the result, as you would be. What a fantastic achievement, and you can't help but be happy for Phil Harrison either, can you?
No, that's very true. Dave McNamara's break sort of let him down in a couple of frames last night, but Harrison, my God, at 50 still doing the business.
Yeah, and a lot of people had said throughout sort of the last couple of days, certainly Thursday throughout, they did not seen Phil play this well for a long time, so he was tipped, certainly from the players. No surprise to see him do the business. And nice to see him do it away from Stoke, which is where all of his success has been previously with Ultimate Pool.
Yeah, he's at the mini-series a few weeks ago, and he's just joined that now because he's obviously now a qualified senior. He's in his 50th year, which you wouldn't believe really, because he doesn't look much different from when I was playing against him back in the early 2000s, but has not had any success there yet. When he first turned up, you think, well, Phil's just going to walk these events, and he didn't. But then he comes to one of these, which is right at the top of the game, and turns in a 2-day performance like that, which was just incredible, or 3 days. Arfan Dad now with a great opportunity though to take this opening frame against Tom Cousins, as he tries to go in off and spoil the party. Not to overhit that by a long way.
Now, I've only seen a little bit of Tom this weekend. Sometimes you manage to avoid players. What I will say is I did watch his quarter-final late on Friday night, and it was probably the worst performance I'd seen from him. But it does say a lot about Tom Cousins, the fact that he's not been at his best and still manages a semi-final in a Pro Series event.
Yeah, and it's he lost a one-frame decider there to Harrison 7-6. Yeah, Cousins is just, it's a machine.
The daddy with a double to rescue this opening part, and how well has he played that?
I like the way the pace as well. You know, if you hit him soft like that, he tend to slide a bit, but he's... Can you say over on the other table, Sean Chipperfield has a 1-frame-0 lead against David McNamara.
Yeah, that's the other game over on table 1. John Rowe and Simon Webb on action on that table. Non-stop all day today on the Sunday, and we will see a little bit later on action from the ladies and the Challenger Tour. Top Cat casting his beady eye over this table, looking to find a way for these yellows. Has got a nice breaker ball over the left centre. Quite like to guarantee himself a shot when he does choose to break out. His problem yellows are on the breaking line.
Probably going in from that yellow in the middle. If you hit into the near side yellow that's next to the red, is you're going to shove the red over that bag, and that's probably why he's gone this way. Now he's going to use the yellow next that's at the top and break the other yellow out behind the red and push it into the middle of the table. Well, looking at the layout now, he's going to take a long yellow into this bottom corner. This goes in, and this really will be frame ball for Tom Cousins.
Yeah, key shot in the finish. As if it was ever in doubt.
Yeah, when Tom's hitting the ball, they don't tend to catch the jaws. They're in the heart of the pocket. Once again in perfect position. And very quickly, Cousins will be scoring his equaliser against Arfan Dad. Perfect control once again.
You've got a practice partner there, Tone. Looking forward to seeing you hold a cue as well as a microphone.
I thought you were going to say pint glass. But no, it is nice to be back, David, and amongst all the guys, and got to know some of the new players now. Pretty much know them all, and they're all a class act as well. They're all good guys.
Oh, well, I think I speak for everybody. It's been great to have you here, Tone. I've certainly enjoyed hearing your dulcet tones day after day. Spent a lot of time when I was first getting into pool listening to you.
Well, it's very kind of you to say, David.
I would like to see a bit more of you out on the table, though, I'm not going to lie.
I'm not sure about that, but anyway. Arfan Dad.
Yeah, I thought for a second there he was contemplating not even potting that yellow and just taking control of the pocket. But as we know, he's very little advantage taking that tactic. And all these yellows do have a home.
He's got to play this into the middle. A little tester for early in the morning.
Nice clear-cut opportunities for both players thus far.
Well, he's just trying to plot his route for not this first yellow, but the route from the second yellow that's near that corner pocket, and to get the cue ball up before what will be his last one at the top of the table. And he wants to, and he's got it. This is the angle he's looking for, because he had an angle on the last one. He didn't want to have to go to the right hand side of the table and have to negotiate all those reds that are in the way. Now he can just screw up past the black. Far easier route to get to yellow. He's played that really well. I'll tell you what, that stopped up a bit quicker than I thought he was going to do.
Yeah, not often you say that. These tables running so quickly. But after a few days here at the Grand Hotel, all the players should be nice and confident in the conditions now. All had a decent chance to get used to how fast and reactive these tables do play.
Lovely control once again there from Arfan. This black will slide just past this red into the corner and he'll restore his lead. A nice little finish there.
In a few hours' time. But you just never know.
Well, if he'd have won the tournament last night, that would have done it for him. But Phil Harrison had other ideas.
Wow.
That was one of them. It just hits the jaws, and you and I sat here waiting for that ball to drop, and it was wide, but a couple of those balls that have just glanced off the jaws, and they seem to sucked them in a little bit, but not that one.
Yeah, definitely a miss and too much pace to let it drop. And what an opportunity for the daddy. Needs to come down the table at some point and remove the yellow just behind the 8 ball. Clear the path, but shouldn't cause any issues.
Well, you won't want that to be your last ball.
Absolutely not.
You're going to take the balls out in areas when you can, and Arfan will be taking these yellows out at the top of the table. I'll suggest he might even try and attempt to get onto that one below the black after this next yellow. If not, it'll certainly be within the next 2 balls, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think we're going to see him take that yellow now.
No, I think what he's looking
One
at now, he's
ball's
going to pot
time.
this. The yellow on the left, he's going to roll this into this bottom left-hand corner and try and get sort of in line with where the racking spot is. You can see there. If he wants the cue ball in that line, so he can pop that yellow in by the black, bring the cue ball out and play the other yellow into the right-hand middle.
Yeah, looks to be enough room to play that shot, Tony.
He doesn't want to contact the black ball here. He wants to just slide past this. This is the thing. You maybe want to be a little bit thinner on this, but you see he's playing tad of right-hand side.
That's pretty good. Now, can he hold, or does he have to use the red as a buffer?
I think he uses the red. I think he came a little bit further than he wanted there. He looked a little bit towards the skies in a bit of disgust that he overhit it. I think he actually just flicked that black slightly as well. He's played that brilliantly.
Excellent. And he is going to further extend his lead. Put Tom Cousins really under it. Great break. However, how much side has he hit the cue ball with?
I don't think he got enough balls off that, David, did he?
Well, it's kind of a miss
5.
hit, but managed to hit the pack absolutely flush.
3 reds, 2 yellows. I think that's the best break I've seen this week.
It's the best result off a break I've seen this week. Give you that tone. I mean, how nicely do you want them laid out?
If you could buy a break like that to take to a tournament, you pay a lot of money for it. Well, these should be a formality now. And incredibly, a fantastic opportunity now for a 4-1 lead for Arfan Dowd.
Yeah, and just as he clears up these remaining colours, which should cause him no problems. Over on the other tables, going at a very similar pace, Sean Chipperfield and Davey McNamara, locked at 2-all. This will complete the last 16 lineup for event number 10, the last one of the series this year.
And this black ball now for the 4-1 lead for Dad. In it goes. And I can also tell you,
he came through against Stevie Dempsey yesterday in a high quality encounter. Cole Bedford had a game yesterday, Tone, where he played Josh Kane and it finished 7-6. There were, I think, 10 or 11 off the break, and the whole match was done in 39 minutes for 13 games. Incredible.
yeah, that's some going. I think you'd have to be wearing roller skates to get around the table that quick.
Yeah, and I think the Carl O'Donoghue Stevie Dempsey match was of a similar ode.
Yeah, great players there from Ireland as well. Bit of a quiet week for Stevie Dempsey.
Yeah, I think after the year he's had though, he'll feel quite content, I'm sure.
I think there'll be another Irishman joining the ranks as well. I think Sean Sharkey's, I think, is qualified for next season. He, of course, has been one of the mainstays in the Irish team. Very nice young man as well.
Just got to thread the needle here, Tom, and he has done. Making it look ridiculously easy at the moment. Only the one mistake to note from Tom Cousins. Other than that, Arfan Dad having no such issues as he breaks off and tries to make this 5-2 in reply to Tom Cousins' last visit. The contact with the pack is exceptional at the moment for Arfan, but he's not catching him as he'd like. Cue ball so close to the centre pocket. But once again, Tony, a great opportunity.
I think he's just having a look to see if he could slide between the yellow and the black in that middle of that table and get to that red that's at the bottom left-hand corner. If he can, he'll take reds. Now you see he thinks he can get through.
Well, needed to swerve it ever so slightly, but how well judged was that?
I'm very impressed with his cue ball control. I mean, it's been immaculate. Really, really solid performance so far from Arfan Dad. A little bit straight on this, he'd have liked a little bit of angle, but that's been greedy. I mean, he can still pop this in and he can take the ball into the centre if he has to. I don't think there's any choice in that now. So what we'll be trying to do is drop this into the middle pocket. Oh, but he could try and get on that red at the top from this one in the middle, but I think he'll just play this and try and leave an angle on the one that's in the bottom right hand corner and come off the two rails and try and get anywhere near just past the blue spot for the red at the top.
Yeah, as kind as these middle pockets might be, playing at pace is always dangerous. Had the option of using the big pocket, didn't use it, so key shot coming up here and there is quite a bit of traffic.
I think he's a bit straight. I think he wanted to go a bit further, just to give the angle off the bottom cushion, off the left-hand side rail, and then bringing the cue ball in the path towards the blue spot. That's where he wants to be. Made this a bit trickier than it could have been.
May have no other option than to just leave distance here, Tone. Won't want to risk snookering himself, I'm sure. Playing into the line of the shot, but he's going to be in between.
He's a bit hefty.
Does it sneak top right? It'd be nice if it does, but I don't think it does.
I don't think so, because he would, if it did, he would have just played for that in the first place. So I think the fact that this is going to have to be a wafer thin cut.
Should have sight of the 8, you feel. Or when cannon into balls, it's never a guarantee.
Well, he's overcut it, but he's gone in off and handed the table to Tom Cousins. This would be a bit of relief for Tom. He didn't want to go 5-2 down, and now this is an opportunity you think that Tom will just gobble up in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, it's the second turning point of the match. One mistake apiece so far. Both players hoping it will be their last. As Tom leaves perfect angle, just to screw in behind the one on the top cushion.
Yeah, no problems here for Cousins. 3 drop-ins. He's going to be back to within 1 of Arfan Dad. Just that slight overrun there by Arfan's cost him. And now that's 1 mistake each.
Perfect. Has he got a ball? He has. He's got 2. And yet again. Well, is it a good opportunity? What has he got as his opening ball there, Tone?
Well, he can chip that red into the left-hand centre, but it's not particularly easy, and the cue ball's going to be floating with that other middle bag.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Nor will Tom.
You don't have to like it, but you can go down the bottom corner if you didn't like that one. But it's a bit close. You see, the thing is, when he's going down in the bottom corner, he's bringing the cue ball back up to the top rail, which is where he doesn't want to be.
I don't think he'll like any of his options here. Is it going to be a 3-ball plant? I think it is. It is. How's it landed? Okay. Not perfect. Yeah. Couple of options here for Tom. Could take this one, come around off 2 or 3 cushions. Stun, bit of run inside. Didn't look to have hit that hard enough, hadn't, and
that's his favourite corner pocket, isn't it, David? That's where he missed his last ball.
Yeah, I have to say though, unusual for Tom. He didn't cue that the best, did he? That said, Arfan with an obvious problem in this finish on yellows.
Well, I don't know if he could play it thin enough and go into those 2 reds at the bottom. And he's going to go here now, trying maybe just off the draw and connect into the red and try and clear the path.
Yeah, cushion, yellow pocket. Not guaranteed to clear. But how well has he played that? Fantastic stuff from the daddy.
Brilliant shot.
That's given him the opportunity to get a 2-frame advantage back in his corner.
Again, lovely control there from Arfan. Just looking at where he wants to be for his next one, the angle to dispatch these 2 yellows. I think he wants to be pretty much where he is now. Then he can play the yellow that's nearest the spot there and send a cue ball into the side cushion with a little bit of side and bring it down to the bottom rail. When you could play him, just be straight and just basically leave the cue ball in that gap where that yellow is between those 2 reds and could cut it. But I'd rather be on the bottom rail.
Well, he's decided to go his own way and leave the one on the bottom till his last ball.
I think he might be just at a little angle here. He might be just be able to pot this yellow, just roll the cue ball through and just bounce into that red that's just below. And you see he's digging down, he's coming. Well, he's leaving that.
Just a stun, so a couple of ways you can play this shot.
What do you think for me? It's because you're playing this with a little bit of right hand side to come back through that gap. You're going to leave yourself quite a thin black.
Yeah, he's coming away from the line of the shot, but wow, could get into the cue ball that much and play round off.
I didn't think you could. I really didn't. I thought it had to just sort of chop it in and come through that gap, but the angle's fooled us a bit.
Yeah, the camera angle's got us a little bit, but also these tables being so reactive, played it superbly. However,
well, that's an incredible miss there. Didn't see that coming.
Absolutely not. And Tom with a chance at the table. Obviously not appealing, but you just got to be happy to be back out your seat.
Just quickly, David McNamara has gone into a 5-3 lead against Sean Chipperfield on the other stream table.
How well is David playing this weekend? Superb to see.
Well, he already beat Sean Chipperfield in the last tournament as well.
Chipping this one to the corner. Can he get enough side on to make contact with the one over on the right?
Yeah, that's what he's planning to do.
Not quite, and he's missed the pot.
Well, there's been 3 missed balls in this frame.
Well, I thought he was nearly going to concede.
I did as well. Frustration, that.
Not something you see from Top Cat very often. Yeah. Prefer to make. Well, he went dangerously close last time. This time it's in. Ironically, he hit the cue ball right in the middle this time. Given what's happened in the match so far, Arfan Dad will be extremely disappointed in his break there. We know how much of a mistake it is to find the centre pocket with the cue ball at a professional level. But in the context of the match, it's just been massive, having seen Tom miss a couple of balls in open play. You really want to make the most of it because it won't last. So, is it going to be the plant now? Or is he going to drop this into the centre and risk a cannon? I think I prefer the plant. Do you, Tone? Well,
I think he's going to kick him out.
Doesn't want to contact the reds. Yeah, I just didn't like that. There's always a possibility of it going wrong. The plant, although it was difficult...
Can he still make it?
Would have guaranteed him a shot on his next sheller. He's very close to his work. I've got a point though, Tone. Does it sneak through? We'll have an idea where the cue ball's going, but won't be able to guarantee. Well, felt he couldn't do anything else other than just send this cue ball up to the top cushion, but has left Arfan Dad a shot. May even be tempted by the one to the left centre here and come down into the 3 reds. May decide just to contain though. All about decision making this game, and at this level if you make the best decisions.
In an ideal world, I'd like to drop this one into the centre and then leave an angle on that red that's near the right hand centre and use that one to go in. Well, he's tried to do that. He wanted to get a better angle by playing it to the corner, but he's got away with that one.
I think he presumed the safety behind the 8 was the option.
I think you'll see Cousins will just be leaving the cue down the bottom of the table now. Develop that yellow a bit.
Yeah, it's finely balanced at the moment. It's frame number 9. Arfan Dad with the ball advantage, but where his reds are laid out, almost put him in second place, you feel, at the moment.
Has he just left that little gap? Can he get through those 2 reds and see that yellow if he can? That could be a disastrous shot there for Arfan Dad. Don't think he can. I think top cap would have been already there.
Yeah, I think he's just looking at nipping off the the right hand side of these yellows as we look down and hiding the cue ball. Yeah, that's where he wants it. Has got an extension. Well, right hand side it is. Happy to leave Arfan a pot to go at. Basically just saying, go on then, have a go at these if you want.
Well, it's a chance.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I'm not sure he wanted to leave it there. I mean,
Well, you alluded to it just a little bit before, getting up for this one in the centre and
it's not gone far enough.
Yeah, using it as a breaker ball, but he certainly hasn't. Can have another go at it. Try and get ideal position. Has to attack, you feel here. Tom's yellows all nice and open and waiting. If the daddy fails to complete the finish. Now this is okay.
Yeah, that's the angle.
It is the angle, but don't play it too hard. We know how much this cue ball will spring out. He'll be happy there, I think. It's not ideal, but he made a good contact, got the line good, so.
Not a great opportunity though to get onto these reds. I mean, there's going to have to be a lot of power coming in here.
Yeah, and he can't even. I don't think he's got.
I think he's playing safe.
Yeah, just hiding off the red. Excellent.
Very good safety shot there from Arfan Dad. And the right choice of shot as well. There's just too much to try and do with that cue ball, trying to smash that into the middle. The pocket probably wouldn't accept the ball either. Cousins has to hit a cushion after contact, don't forget, so it's not going to be a tap shot here. Well, he's moved them all out of the way for Arfan. Still work to do.
I can't believe he's missed that by that much. I really can't. Such a good potter of the ball is Arfan Dad.
Yeah, that was a bit bizarre there.
Did have to play it at some pace, but by no stretch of the imagination was it a difficult pot. He's had a couple of chances so far to get away from Tom Cousins, but what has Tom done here?
Well, I just thought Top Cat would have just snuck that yellow into the left-hand centre pocket first, gently, and then just popped the one down the rail and screwed up.
The line of the shot's absolutely fine, but the pace, it's got completely wrong. Oh, having a look over at the other table. Dave McNamara 6-4 up on the hill, and he is at the table. We'll try and keep you updated on that one. As Tom takes on a double to the corner. Little bit of safety in mind, and a little bit of extra safety come over with the yellow.
Hit that very quickly, didn't he? I think that was a little bit out of frustration.
Yeah, and shot clock pressure, you feel there, Tone. Clock was ticking down. Having already used his extension. I tell you, Dave McNamara is 2 balls away from booking his place in the last 16. What does he have available here? Can he see the yellow behind the 8? If he can't, Is there a double? Is there a path? Well, he can see it. How much of he can see, I don't know. Enough to do that. I'm presuming this does double. Looks awkward to me though, Tone.
I'm going to shake my head and say it doesn't double. And we can confirm that David McNamara has beaten Sean Chipperfield by 7 frames to 4. That's double bubble for McNamara on Chipperfield this weekend.
So close for Tom Cousins. I don't think that them two reds coming together is going to cause Arfan a problem.
It's been a funny old frame, this one, after a pretty fluid match. We couldn't play that much better, apart from the red just come back and now stuck to it.
Yeah, it's touching ball as well, so nearly impossible to make contact with the yellow. Won't do him any favours after he does get ball in hand, especially if the two reds on the left hand side are tied up as well. Ball in hand with all 4 reds, unpottable, not a good position to be in. I mean, how difficult is this, Tone? He's going to have to hit it. 3 cushions, and he has missed the yellow.
He doesn't want to ping those reds apart. He's not done it enough to make them potable, so still work to be done.
Yeah, there is. I'm just thinking the 2 reds on the... Well, he's gone over to the left-hand side because he clearly passes in the centre. They are going to need a nudge, though. So imperative he leaves a good angle on this next red.
Well, he has his angle. It's all about what happens now when he goes into them. Obviously, he has to land on one of them. But the bit of insurance he's got is that Cousins' yellow is right at the bottom of the table, so he can always run off a ball and go up to the top. Well, that's handy.
Yeah, that is handy indeed. Just pulling up in time.
Just be careful with the cue ball here, though. Played it nicely.
And just pulls
Well,
up.
it's a shot to nothing, really, if you like, as well, because he can just cut this down the road. The cue ball's going to come straight back across. He's not leaving Cousins a pot, but it's just that security in the back of your mind that you're not leaving game up if you were to miss this.
I just felt for a second his heart would have been in his mouth there, because a couple more rolls on that cue ball and he was nestling up behind the 8. As it stands, he's got a 3-frame lead and gets himself onto the hill, does the daddy.
Trend 6 frames to 3.
Well, no room for mistakes now for Tom Cousins. Not often you'd be saying those sort of words.
He'll be well aware, I'm sure he's not been at his best. It's not over yet, though. Yellow's his choice. Little nudge. Not quite enough.
He's had 2 goes at that one. Well, a slight chance, let's just say. You've got the 2 reds at the top left-hand side of the table. If that red that's tucked behind the yellow goes into the other right-hand corner, there's a glimmer here for Arfan Dad.
Well, his first ball here, he can play this one to the bottom and kick the other red out. But like you said, Tone, it's that one nearest the breaking line causing the biggest headache for Arfan here.
Well, he's kicked that ball out now over the middle, but he's not going to get to play it in the middle, I don't think, because I think he's going to have to take that now down into the bottom right-hand corner. He's going for the chip back in the middle.
Now then, is he going to play this one up into the top left? Get his other red into play. Give him the opportunity to close out this match. Key shot for Arfan Dad. Makes the pot, surely clears the path. Well, it's out.
It's out and it's potable.
Yeah, you can't ask for much more than that. Just got to commit here, Tone, you feel? Doesn't like it, but got to commit. Leave yourself some sort of shot on his next red.
Oh, he's looking at the double into the centre. You can actually play it twice across into the other centre, really, because I think it's a dead straight track.
Perfect. 2 good doubles he's played in this match so far. The latter one should give him the chance to advance into the last 16. Fantastic stuff, Arfan Dad.
This is match ball, this. Plays the red to the left of the black. He just wants to stun the cue ball into the black and hold for his last red. He's topped it in. Well, I thought he was going to belt that, stop the white dead and just kick the black away and add a dead straight red into this corner and would have been match. This now, this is a horrible shot. He's got to get the cue up in the air.
Blind pocket. Clock ticking down.
Oh, what a great shot from Arfan Dad.
Excellent. A finish worthy of winning any match for Arfan Dad.
Down goes the black ball. Arfan Dad triumphs over Tom Cousins.